Hello everyone. So today, as you can see here in front of me, there is the drone DJI Mavic Air 2, and I put the Hero 4 on top of it as well, as you can see here, and I'm going to try and fly this combination. Now the reason I put the Hero 4, not the Osmo Action, is because this is an old camera and I wouldn't mind losing it because I don't know what's gonna happen. So that's why I'm trying with this one. Later on maybe we can try with the Osmo Action that's currently recording on my head. So let's do this. Now I just used the 3M sticker here to fix it in place. Hopefully it is fixed now. Okay, now let's prepare the remote control. It's very simple. I'm gonna turn this on and turn the recording on this one on as well. Right, now let's start let's start recording here. Perfect, here we go. Let's start recording here as well, so we capture every moment. Perfect, let's go. Okay, it didn't fly. As you can see here, it says that installation error, blah 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 blah, so it didn't fly. So I think that's because of the nose weight. Yeah, so it didn't work. Okay, let's take it off and take it for a fly nonetheless. So as you can see, maybe the weight of the Hero 4 with the casing and other stuff, it's a bit too much. Maybe you need to put the camera, figure out a way to put the camera alone on top of the Mavic Air 2. Now I'm gonna take it off, just take a small video of the camels. Yeah.
روحي وش اللي جاك عنتني فوق ما فيني ووجد حالي على فرقاك وش له تروح وتخليني ووجد حالي على فرقاك وش له تروح وتخليني احسبك تمزح علي بحكاك لنا منك بكت عيني حد اسمي اسمعه عند دعاك ولا انت مقفي ما توحيني ولا انت مقفي ما توحيني ما عالزمن ما قويت انساك يا ليت وقتي ينسيني صوت المطر عود بذكراك والغم كانه يداريني صوت المطر عود بذكراك والغم كانه يداريني يلوح برقك وينثر معاك عدل ويب ساتيني غايتك طالت وطال مناك وضمتني كيف ترويني وضمتني كيف ترويني قدرت في صدتك مقواك ونسيت ما بينك وبيني الله على غربتك يجزاك والله من الناس يغنيني الله على غربتك يجزاك والله من الناس يغنيني ضيقت بالي يعود الراك بديت من فقري وبيني يمنى ولا عارف مبداك شوفتك عندي تكفيني وشوفتك عندي تكفيني واليوم ما نعترف باسمك ولا ابغاك تاخذ وتعطيني الحب جابك وجابك صاك يلي على
So let's learn how to do a super panoramic photo. I will show you something now. Now because we are shooting a panoramic photo, so I will use the 48 megapixel option in this drone. Now I'm gonna take a panoramic scene of this view in front of us. Now I will avoid the sun, so everything with the light exposure will be locked as well. so the light exposure won't change when we are moving. Now what you are going to do is take the first photo, move a little bit, take the second photo. We are keeping the drone at the same altitude and just rotating it on its axis. Now we will use Photoshop to try and stitch all of these photos together, and we will get this amazing panoramic photo. Hello. Alright. Okay, so currently I'm taking another footage. This one is a bit more complex, as there are cars and streets, etc. But let's see how Photoshop will handle that. As usual, as you can see, I'm keeping the middle of the photo. As you can see, I'm keeping the merge area as large as possible. This will help merging these photos, and will remove almost any deformation in the photo when stitching. Each of these photos is 48 megapixels, so imagine how big the final is going to be. Just to make things a bit more interesting, we will add some. Okay, so this is the final one. Take a couple of photos just. Flisher as well. And that's the last one. Alright, now let's bring back the drone and go stitch these photos together. The hill behind me, by the way, this one is one of the most iconic places around here. Let's take a look at it. Okay. Left some dirt on it, unfortunately. Okay, now the FPV mode is working. Finally. So the FPV mode is not keeping the horizon. I mean, its job is not to keep the horizon level. That's what it's supposed to do when you rotate the camera, when you rotate the drone. It gives it more action type shot. Alright, so after we got home, now it's time to stitch these photos. Allow me to give you a preview about the photos that we captured today. So here's the drone, and then these are the photos. Allow me to show you how big the photo is. Actually, this is one of the photos that we are going to stitch together. As you can see here, there are some details right there. Now I'm gonna view the actual size of the photo. As you can see now, you can see like you can crop parts of this photo and make it a separate photo. As you can see here, look at that. Now I'm gonna zoom out. That's a 48 megapixel photo of the Mavic Air 2. Here is another example of one of the photos from the second session. As you can see here, this is not the full resolution yet. So when I view the actual size, you can see how massive this photo is. Of course, the noise that you see here, it's because this was near the sunset, so not enough light. so it's causing some noise. Everything can be fixed on Photoshop. We will not do that today. We'll just stitch the photos together. Now, because the photos are massive and this screen is not a 4K screen, so I will say let's go and fix and do the stitching on a 4K screen. I'm gonna separate these two sessions into two different folders. So here's one and here is two. Now for the first one, these are the photos of the first session where the camels were resting, and this is for the second one. Now we go ahead and open Photoshop. Here we go. Alright, now we started a new project on Photoshop. Just go to File, Automate, and choose Photo Merge. Here you can add the files that you want to merge. So let's browse them. We will go to where did we save them? Okay, here we go, panorama, MA2, and let's start with the first one. Just choose them all together. Okay, done. Now here you have to choose how do you want the stitching to happen. So just for the beginners, keep it on auto, click OK, and then wait. Now the processing is happening because usually it is way faster than this if you're shooting with your phone or a normal camera, but because these photos are massive, as I showed you earlier, 48 megapixels each, so it takes some time to stitch them, and it will depend on the power of your PC. Okay, I don't know what happened. This was not the result I expected. Now these are the photos that we are going to merge. There are 19 photos. I'm gonna keep it on auto and click OK. Oh boy, now that's another messed up photo. So this is another example when your photos are stitchable, let's say, so you get something like this. Now this is a panoramic photo from the drone. As you can see here, it's 105 megabytes, and the dimension of this massive photo is 37,000 pixels by 7,101. So it is really a massive photo. Now when we open it, for the first glance it seems normal. Once you click on the actual size, you come down and see. Now here you can see the buildings with very much a lot of details, as you can see here. Now you can even see Burj Khalifa here. Let's see, here it is. That's Burj Khalifa. Now look when I zoom out. So that's what I'm talking about in making these panoramic photos. Unfortunately, the photos that I took, for some reason, they were not good enough for that. And that's how it's done. Bye bye.